Hello, Zer0 Books readers. This video is a teaser for an episode of Inside Zer0 Books that was released about 2 weeks ago. It features a conversation with a therapist named Elliot Rosenstock, who has a book coming out from Zer0 Books called Zizek in the Clinic. And I thought I'd release it here on YouTube as a way to entice you to join up with our Patreon feed and get access to the Inside Zer0 Books podcast. So if you haven't already become a member through Patreon, here's an opportunity to do so and listen to the entirety of this conversation with Elliot Rosenstock.
I'll tell you a little personal story here. I used to know a number of alcoholics on the job, people who were in sales. And what I knew alcoholics who were using, and I knew one alcoholic who had recovered, at least temporarily. He's dead now, so he fell off the wagon. But his motto was that he didn't have an opinion, in general, that he didn't venture out to have an enlivened debate ever, or basically he tried to live within a realm of pretty subdued emotion. I found him to be intolerable, actually. But that was based on his having recovered from drug addiction and alcoholism. So that is interesting that kind of a lowered affect is considered a success in that domain. So you
move the symptom around, and there's every single person is a singular absolute, so I don't champion my cause. Oh, the 12 steps isn't enough, so I leave that to somebody else. That argument's already been made. But you see these famous suicides of people in recovery, like you see like an Elliott Smith or David Foster Wallace, and people will be like, oh well, that's too bad. But part of that is a failing of the recovery system in general, and you're not giving a replacement for this new lowered level of dopamine. You just say, oh well, you had your fun, now you're gonna get serious, now you're gonna sort yourself out and clean your room, as Peterson would say, I suppose, and now you're gonna live your life like a real person, and then they kill themselves. Yeah, well, what is that? I mean, what is a real person? If there was such an easy thing as being a real person, they wouldn't have been drug addicts to begin with. Yeah. I mean, I'm being... Well, I have to think... Who knows? But yeah. Well, yeah, but I understand. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get the signifier chain. Right. Yeah. I guess I'm very sympathetic, obviously, and overly zealously sympathetic to what you're saying.